Isn't this a part we all love? When you get to that last final detail of your hair appointment, it's just pure bliss. And for me, I'm just so exhausted, I'm ready to get off. And here's what this hair turned out looking like. So now I'm going to walk you through how to achieve a seamless bob install. So make sure you keep watching till the end. Hello besties, if you're new to my page, it's your girl bobokiddifashion. I post amazing hair tutorials, wig revamp, and hair installs and many more, so make sure you check out my page. But while you're here, please give me a like and subscribe. It's going to mean a lot. Now let's get started. So here's my beautiful client. She came in for this short bob wig, and I began by using my lace tint mousse. I applied on the frontal and I just dabbed around it. So instead of using foundation, I prefer to use mousse. That's just my thing. Some people prefer foundation and it's their thing and it works for them, and yep, but mousse works for me. So yeah, after drying it, I went ahead to oil my client's scalp so it can reduce the rate of irritation after the install. And after doing that, I use my rubbing alcohol and a cotton to clean the skin of any oils, of any products that can hinder our install or make it not last longer than it's supposed to. So after doing that, I went ahead to apply my ebbing spray, and I used my ebbing spray to slick my hair to the back because I feel like it works better when I put my hair glue. It also has some stickiness to it, so but that's just what works for me, and I think it's dope. Maybe you should try it, or maybe not, your preference. So after slicking this part with brush, I went ahead to apply the glue on the other part of the hair, and I used my dryer to dry it so that when it's sticky I can then slick it back because it's easier that way. And working without an assistant is really difficult, guys. Like, it's really strenuous, but we get it done. So now I'm going to put this wig on my client's hair, and we are going to see what adjustments are supposed to be made because the wig looked as if it was small, so I had to kind of wound it a little bit at the back of the ear, just give a tiny incision so that it fits to the ear, and when it's perfect I can begin my install process. So at this point I think it was perfect, and yeah, so I just leave the frontal to the back so that I can have I'll see the area I'll be working with, and I use my hair clip to pin the hair to the back and kind of like hold it in place. So this helps so that when you put it your when you put down your glue or your frontal on your glue, you're not going to move it a lot. You're just going to be precise. So first things first, I always start with hair by any skin protectant. Like, never install your hair without using a skin protector. It makes your install to last longer, and yep, so that's very important for me, guys. I believe that prepping your hair before an install is more important than the install itself because it really determines how long it's going to last. So next I'm going to go in with my hair by any hair glue. If you know me, you know I'm a hair by any girl. Like, their products are just so perfect, like it works for me, so I just stick by it. Maybe I'm going to try other glues, but for now I'm going to stick with hair by any, which I can swear by it's really good and it lasts. So once the first layer is dry and clear, as you can see, I'm going to go in with my second layer. So after doing that, I'm going to take my wig and I'm just going to place it on top of my glue, and I'm going to use the end of my comb to kind of like press it in. So yeah, so I'm just going to work my way throughout the frontal and then comb it to the back to get rid of any flyaways that might stick to the glue, right? So yeah, so after doing that, I'm now going to use my dryer and my comb. While pressing it down, I'm using my dryer to dry the glue and cure it. Yep. So yeah, so I'm just going to repeat this process, and sometimes I always find it easier to just press it down with my fingers rather than using a comb. And then I'm going to begin my first melt. I use Ebbing adhesive spray to just dab it on my hand and then across the forehead. That is my first spray. Melting. and then I use my dryer to dry it down, and then I'm going to go in with the second melt, which is using my ebony melting spray and hair mousse for the client's shade, and I use this to tint the lace as well and give it that scalp like effect, that natural look. So when applying my hair mousse and my melting spray, I have my dryer on cool so that it dries it immediately and it doesn't lift the lace. So this is just something I do that I feel works for me. But if you are in a cold environment, it's okay. I do this because of the humidity and sweat and all of that, because all those things determine how your install is going to last. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead, since my client wanted a C part, I'm going to go ahead to carve out that C part and just get everything set and straight before I tie it down. So now that my C part is perfect, I'm going to use my heat protectant and my hair wax and my hot comb to slick that hair back. So I'm just getting rid of any flyaways that might stick to that glue so that I don't have another issue when I'm done. So yep. So guys, when I do this, I always use my holding spray as well, or my hair mousse, whichever is convenient at the moment. But I love this Fantasia spray. It's really good for molding your frontal. So I use it to mold the frontal before I tie it down, and when I'm done with that, I go ahead to tie it down. I use my elastic band and I fold it into two and I tie it. Then I use another elastic band and I tie over the first one. And now that we are done with that, we are going to proceed to the next part, which is to mold our frontal and kind of like slick it before we get into the straightening of our wig. So I use my heat protectants and my Fantasia sprays to mold the frontal, give it that sleek look, right? Yep. So that's what I use with my hot comb. So you could use hair mousse, like I said. It also works wonders. Or you could use any holding spray to do that, or you could use any gel as well. And yeah, so now that we got the front secured and perfect, we are going to go to the back of the hair, and we're going to start with our heat protectants, obviously. So after spraying it on the hair, I'm going to massage it, make sure I get it into every strand of the hair, because this is going to protect my client's hair from heat damage, using a very hot straightener to slick that hair down. So now after that, I'm going to go ahead to part the hair and I'm going to begin the straightening process. So I straighten in sections, like I straighten literally in maybe one or two waves, sorry, depending on the the thickness of the waves. So that way it's really slick and it really blends well. So yeah, so after doing that, I went to the front part of the hair and I did the same thing. And now it's time to do some little baby hairs that she requested. And yeah, after doing that, I went ahead to just do some finer touches while my client was feeling herself. And overall, I can say she was satisfied with the results, and I think it really turned out very beautiful. This hair lasted her for a very long time, like it lasted her a month, and after maybe like 2 or 3 weeks, she came for a restyle and I restyled it. And yeah, it took her for a month and she really enjoyed it. So if you follow me, you know after every install I have to go ahead and clean. So this was the last install for the day. So I just clean this because I'm with a toddler and you know how it is when you just leave things around. So I just always clean after each install, preparing for the next day or for the next client. And yeah, it was a long day, but we thank God for success. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and leave a beautiful comment. It's really going to mean a lot to me, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye bye.